I knew I made the mistake of praising the Somali government way too early because guess what? They already reversed the decision not to marry off children. Let me be actually specific, not to marry off girls, because I have never seen a case where a Somali boy under the age of 18 has been forced to marry off to a grown-ass woman. It's never happened because they actually let boys grow up and actually get an education. But for God forbid a girl gets her period, she's automatically old enough to be carrying a child around when she's 9 years old. And if you bring the Prophet's name up, you're getting dembi for that. I hope you guys know that every time somebody brings up the Prophet's name and slanders him by saying that he married a child, you are slandering the Prophet and you are getting so much sin for that. It has already been proven that Aisha was way over the age of 16 when she married the Prophet and didn't consummate the marriage until she was way over 19. The only hadith that says she was under that age is the one that has never been verified, but guess what? Perverted men have stuck to that one because it fits their narrative to continue to marry children and abuse children. Y'all are getting so much dembi for that because when you see pictures like this where the little girl literally cannot physically be around that man, the imam that participated, the parents that participated, the man that did it, all are getting dembi. You are all going to the deepest parts of hell for that. Somalia will never be a prosperous country because they continue to abuse women and children and worship Qabil. That is literally why that country will never be prosperous. There's not a law that prevents men from abandoning those children when they marry them and force them to have children. There's not a law dictating that they continue to take care of the children that they forced to have. There's no law forcing a man to actually fulfill his Islamic obligation onto his wife. But guess what? They all decided they wanted to marry children, so now the law has been reversed. The one time I thought our government was actually going to do the right thing, it got reversed because there are perverted men in the Somali government too. And men do not make decisions that protect women and children because they don't care about women and children. They only care about themselves. And in the Somalia's case, they only care about themselves with their Qabil because they worship Qabil more than they worship Ilahi. I've never seen a Somali man die over Islam, but guess how many times I've heard of a Somali man dying over his Qabil? That's all I gotta say. And to anybody that's about to come in my comments saying, why am I spreading our ab everywhere? You guys understand it's ab. You guys know it's ab. You know it's disgusting. And you want me to keep it quiet instead of actually speaking out about this. This decision will eventually happen. One day we will move forward as a people and actually stop child marriages. And that day will come soon. But it will happen after we continue to embarrass Somalia in the news, in the media, in the Western countries. Because until they are shamed into making progress, they won't do it.
Well, Amelia, the emergency closed-door meeting was in response to a wave of violence that has left the Somali community shaken and ready for solutions. The main question on everyone's mind tonight, how do we save the youth from this violence? That's what brought parents, faith leaders, and community members to AIM Academy, where that closed-door meeting was held with one focus, life-saving solutions to get ahead of this crisis that has gripped this community. Friday night, gunfire rang out outside of Burnsville High School graduation. Luckily, no one was hit. Two 18-year-old men are facing felony charges for their alleged involvement in what police call gang-related violence. Just hours before, a 15-year-old fatally shot outside of Northtown Mall in Blaine. A 20-year-old man is charged with aiding an offender. Court documents say a 14 and 15-year-old were also involved in that shooting. The Friday before, gunshots again, this time outside of Mariucci Arena at the University of Minnesota. Moments after Wayzata High School graduation wrapped up, two victims were hit. They survived, and a 20-year-old man is charged in that shooting. But community leaders say they are not giving up.
We don't want these things to continue. It has to stop. We will help you. Come to the mosque. Come to the community centers. You deserve better than this.
That was the sentiment, and there are several community conversations planned. Tomorrow night, we sit down with a community leader who saw similar problems in 2023, and he was tasked with saving some of the Somali youth involved in that chaos that took over Dinkytown. Amelia?
Well, we'll look forward to that, Uba. Thank you. We do know that some of the suspects are now facing federal charges. Investigators say 20-year-old Hamza Saeed and 18-year-old Amir Ali were involved in separate grad ceremony shootings that Uba mentioned. Both were found with Glocks modified with a switch to turn them into machine guns. Investigators say they found a gun with Ali during a traffic stop. He had told them that he was on his way to Edina's graduation ceremony. He was arrested, then released, and then arrested again for the shooting in Burnsville. Both Saeed and Ali are now behind bars.
Stay dangerous, we stay safe. I got kids to make it home too, you feel me?
Is this what they call K-Block?
I don't know, something like that. But this is Carvel, man. It's a big factor in the Somali community in Minneapolis, especially.
What do you like to eat around here?
We Somalis, bro. We all drink tea. You feel me? Eat sambusa.
You drink green tea?
Nah, not green tea. It's Somali tea.
What the hell is that?
Closing, man.
Yeah. Alrighty. For anyone that's doubting the power of rap music to influence, it looks like New York in here. You guys ever see a New York drill music before? This looks like a New York drill music video right now.
You think so?
What do you do day to day?
Make money, try to survive, do good. You feel me? I've been making music and shit like that, so you know how that be, man.
What do your parents do?
My mom was an immigrant. She came to America. My pops is still in Somalia.
What is it going to take for him to get here?
You know how that
Is he waiting on immigration papers?
I think he is at the moment right now.
Do you know what it was like when she got the news that, hey, we're going to America?
Yeah. It was very exciting for her, you know?
Yeah.
It was very exciting for her.
Is America what she thought it would be?
You come from a third world country. It's a big relief to come to a country like America.
Which is more dangerous, Somalia or America?
Somalia.
What's your name?
My name is Shaisi.
Shaisi?
Yeah.
Shaisi, how do you come up with that name?
Yeah, I earned it.
Okay. How do you avoid being in beef? What's the best way to do that?
Just stay out my way, you're gonna be straight, you know what I mean?
What do you guys think about mainstream media?
Man, they some liars.
And they goofy as hell.
What's going on in Minneapolis? I mean, the Somalian takeover of that city is blatant. Omar Fateh has taken over Minneapolis. And yes, he is an open socialist. He wants to defund the police department. He wants police to be now these new social workers. Let's see how that's going to work. I mean, it's going to be California all over again. But it's insane to me that these foreigners come from their war-torn countries to America and automatically declare war on the culture of this country. I mean, what's the point of fleeing a country to come to a free country and turn that country into the country that you fled from? Make it make sense.
Please, Marka, once we bury them, inshallah, then we'll go ahead and open for the sisters. Please go back, sisters. Please, inshallah. We're delaying the process. Sisters, please go back. Sisters, please go back, inshallah. Let your fathers bury your sisters before you, inshallah. You guys are gonna go afterwards. Ameen, inshallah. Please, inshallah.
Check this out, y'all. Dozens of Somalis are responsible for the largest COVID scam in American history. They scammed the American people out of $250 million.
Well, this is the largest pandemic fraud in the country overall, with 70 defendants. The first 7 of them will stand trial together for the next month or two. The portion of the case centers around Shakopee, where Abdi Aziz Farah and Mohammed Ismail claimed to serve millions of meals to kids in 2020 and 2021. With the help of others, prosecutors say they stole $30 million in federal funds they were not entitled to. Court documents showing they supported their scheme with fake attendance sheets with kids' names like John Doe.
It's a cold world where you have to scam impoverish kids, and some of those kids, knowing that this is Minnesota, Minneapolis, some of those kids were probably even Somali. What is going on, man? Why are we scamming impoverished Somali kids in America? Why are we scamming the American people? They got to go. They got to go. Here's a roll call of the Somalis who took full advantage of this COVID scheme. And check out this Somali unlimited list right here. Look at all these names, man. Is that Muhammad, Abid, Abdul? Yeah, y'all could pause this if y'all want to, but I'm just gonna fast forward. But millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of kids scammed out of food because of this, man. Because of this list, Somali unlimited. All right. Bet.
African American woman about 25 years ago apparently warned the Somali community about what's going to take place in Minnesota. She basically warned them and said, you guys are going to become just like us. You don't take initiative and open up communities and invest in the youth, etc., etc., etc. You actually don't need to do all those things. Because one thing that Somalis do have, and unfortunately African Americans don't, that Somali culture is rooted in Islam. It's rooted in La ilaha illallah. And when you see situations like this, it's so upsetting because the line between Somalis and African Americans in a few generations will absolutely disappear because we forgot about Islam. So a lot of parents combat this and send their kids back to Africa because the United States will eat you alive. And I'm sure this happens not just in Minnesota, but in UK and Canada as well. But if we want things to change, we need to keep the main thing the main thing. These individuals above me lack purpose. If you lack purpose, you get caught up with the law. Why are we doing this to ourselves? This is definitely worse than the African Americans. Because had the African Americans had Islam, I don't think they'd be so corrupt and getting up to foolishness as they are today. We gotta do better, people.
You had a choice. Would you rather live here or would you rather live in the Muslim country?
I'd rather live in a Muslim country with my people.
Would you prefer to live in America or prefer to live in Somalia?
For me, I think it's Somalia.
You'd prefer to live in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Would you rather live in America or live in Somalia?
I would rather live in Somalia.
I'm not Americanized. I just speak fluent, and you know what I mean. I'm articulate, and I can articulate what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. That's about it. But other than that, I mean, as far as my culture and my preferences and everything, it's still Somali. You know what I mean.
Even though here you have all the freedom and stuff like that.
And even though I have all the freedom,
do you think life might be better in Somalia than here?
Because now you have the freedom of it of practicing your religion while working and doing your other things.
I have to send my child to one of the 24-hour daycare centers because this is the only 24-hour daycare in Minnesota. The Somalis would not give me a tour. Like, they did not want me to bring like my kids to their daycare, and it was because they was doing daycare fraud. Come to find out. And another thing with them, they made it very clear that their only agenda is to benefit the Somali community. Like,
we've got another Somali pirate to report on. I reported on Omar Fateh just yesterday, and now there's another Somali pirate. This is Abdulwali Abdullahi Muhammad. I don't know how to pronounce these names. So this individual has been telling people, selling a housing development outside of Minnesota, and he has been giving people this bullshit story and made this video about this beautiful new housing development, and just the renderings are just, beautiful housing and state-of-the-art furniture and appliances, blah blah blah. Turns out it's fake. Turns out the land that this housing development was supposed to be built on is still completely empty. Not one shovel has hit dirt to this day. And this is, by the way, connected to the same Feeding Our Future grift where a bunch of Somalis stole $250 million from taxpayers during the COVID pandemic. So this is another Somali pirate grifter who has profited off of American taxpayers. Check this out. It's so bad that Keith Ellison, the supposed Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, you don't hear much from him anymore because he got lured back in the day. But he had to do something because this was egregious. This dude has collected $25,000 each from over 160 families in Minnesota. He has been collecting over $4 million to supposedly start this development, and he never had any intention on building these homes. He kept the money and he's been spending it. So it's called Nolosha Lakeville. Look it up. I'm looking this up on AmericanExperiment.org, because the whore Jezebel, Sodom and Gomorrah media won't touch it with a 30-foot pole. So, you know, here we are, citizen journalists who have to get out here and tell you the story. But you know what? I think we're going to find many more of these Somali pirates, because it's been too easy for them to steal millions of American taxpayer dollars. Stay tuned, because I'm going to be digging for more of these stories. We're nice to you people. We bring you over here by the millions. We shelter you. We give you a college education, Ilhan Omar. And what do? You tell us that you want a global intifada, that you want a jihad. God, they do not assimilate. They dominate. Make no mistake. We're going to see more Somali pirates. Stay tuned.
The way they be speaking about Somalis is like the Rothschilds came from us. Like, we putting in numbers like APAC. 98% of y'all politicians bought by us. Like, what is you talking about? I have the audacity to think we can get ahead of housing assistance lines. The most Somalis you ever see in one place is probably the airport, and they don't even let us in TSA. I'm still getting patted down because my last name Muhammad, bro. I'm telling you. We ain't get that much privileges. We got like a nice-ass mall because there's 80K of us, but there's more Irish in America than in Ireland. And then they had the audacity to be like, why didn't you guys going home? Somalia got better. The potato famine ended years ago. Why didn't they go home? Oh, yeah, because they're American. We connected for life now. We're going to have a little influence on y'all, trying to say, hey, when Somalia gets oil, y'all just can't start bombing us.
How can the politics in Somalia can be, resonate what we have here in the United States, the democracy that we have? How can you help us, be a better country and build back what we used to have back in long time ago? So hopefully we will be able to help our country, our former country, Somalia.
That's a Somali woman who happens to be a state representative of Maine. Maine is about 91% white tea. White tea people, if you're going to have white guilt, please have that white guilt towards the appropriate group of black people, which is American descendants of slaves. Black Americans, if you're going to have white guilt, use it towards the appropriate group of black people. You don't owe Somali anything, especially with all those scams and frauds that they did in Minnesota. I think whatever you did owe them, they already collected it. But anyway, as y'all see, these immigrants in these political positions, they always have a alliance to their homeland. Like she said, what can you do for Somali? She didn't say anything for the people in Maine, the 90% white Americans in Maine. She could care less about y'all. She want, hey, what can you do for Somali? Right? And my question is, how many prideful Somalis does it take to make Somali functioning, to make Somali livable? How many? How many? Can we take that pride to Somali and build up Somali? You know what I'm saying? You have a United States representative position. You're a United States rep. That's where your focus is supposed to be at. But anyway, yeah, if you're going to use white guilt, white tea people, please use it towards the appropriate group of black folks.
Somali refused to ban child marriages. They're like, 18 is too big of an age for us. Nah, please don't come over here contaminating our society with Western philosophy. We do everything over here through Islam. And according to Islam, they base the child's age or the individual age off religion maturity. You may ask, what is religion maturity? Puberty. It's just basically puberty, right? There's been cases where young women, young girls experience puberty at 8, right? 8, 10. Oh yeah. And the leaders are like, well, we don't see the child as a priority, but we do see child marriages as a priority. And we also endorse forced marriages. Forced marriages. So they're not going to speak up against none of that because this is part of our culture. This is part of our religion. And whatever the West is doing, let the West do it over there. Please don't come over here and contaminate our society. Plus 18 is too big of an age. And there's no bears in Somalia. There's no bears in Somalia. Do what you want with that information.
shalay Soomaaliya waxay u ahayd maalin mugdiya maalin madow ah shalay baarlamaanka wuxuu u soo saaray ama uu go'aan ku gaaray wax la aqbali kara ma aha annaga muslim baan nahay boqolkiiba boqol muslim baan nahay Soomaaliya ilaahay laga cabsado arrintan arrin ka hortag u baahan waaye aabay culimadeena Soomaaliyeed aabay culimadeena Soomaaliyeed waaris al-anbiya baa tihiin idinka hadal maqalnaa maxaa dhacay maxaa loogu aamusan yahay arrintan aabay sheekh Somow aabay ma noola miya aabay sheekh Shaakir ma noola miya war aabay culimadeena ilaahay ka cabsan war ilaahay ka cabsan ilaahay u laaban sheekh Maxamed Maalin Abshir aabay sheekh Mur Ali Jimcaali aabay war ilaahay ka cabsan sheekh Cabdirasaaq Ashari aabay war ilaahay ka cabsan war ilaahay ka cabsan
is mine, all mine. I love mine. Nothing in the world belongs to me but my love. Mine, all mine, all
I'm seeing videos of grown-ass men in Somalia crying because child marriage is now outlawed and the age of consent is 18. When I say that I'm disgusted with these videos, I don't know. This is fucking disgusting. I'm glad that now the age of consent is 18. Thank God, because what the fuck?